Hello everybody, this presentation is going to talk about motoric difficulties from the prism of the English teacher. So this here is the actual definition of motoric difficulties, but unlike other difficulties that have been discussed in this course, in this case there is no specific criteria which we need to follow in order to diagnose, as the actual difficulties derived from this condition vary. And there are many things that can be labeled as motoric difficulties. The examples below are some things that most children should be able to perform, so that helps us in some way in detecting. There are two types of motoric difficulties. The gross motoric difficulties involve your limbs, so you might have problems walking, jumping, and such things. The fine motoric difficulties usually would involve your fingers, so that would make a problem in writing and such, which is of course important to us as teachers. The detection of motoric difficulties varies, as we can detect things from very early childhood when the child is not doing things that most of the children in his or her age are doing. On the other hand, we might find ourselves in a situation that we detect it only in school when the child is supposed to do things that he or she were never supposed to do in the past, such as jumping, running, and such things, and of course writing. If the parents had never tried to teach their child how to write, we might find that when he is trying to learn how to write in the first grade. Obviously, having motoric difficulties might affect the child's self-esteem, as he or she could not perform things that their peers are able to perform, and that makes them feel very different. This and other aspects might become long-term psychological effects. As English teachers and as teachers in general, we must make sure that the children feel safe in our classroom and in everything we do, and that we don't hurt them. In the English classroom, we may encounter motoric difficulties in many different ways and shapes. Obviously, when a child is not able to write due to a motoric difficulty, we will be aware of that and we will find a solution. But as we try to make our lessons more fun and being dynamic, we use games. In such cases, we might find out about a difficulty that a certain child has and we never knew about. And we should be very careful when that happens and react wisely without hurting the child's feelings. In general, the most important thing is to plan ahead. If we know every difficulty that every child has and we plan our activities while taking that into consideration, things will become easier for both sides. You can click this link in order to watch a YouTube video about motoric difficulties. Here you can see a small true or false quiz regarding what we watched in the video and what we discussed in the presentation. Thank you very much.